After work adventure. Who wants to go find cool things today? Well, whatever little time I have. It's about 6:30. Been drinking it up with Bacchus a little bit before I walked on out here. Look, we're in the jungle. I was out here before. This is more like a Saturday, Sunday full day adventure. But I have to get down in the waters of eternity quick. I do. Who knows what we're going to find? I said many strange things about an hour ago. I said, just wait till you see what we find. Thinking I was going to find something. Praying that I was going to find something. It's been a long time since I've been out here. Yeah. What the heck am I getting myself into? Who knows? Just keep on going in heaven. But check out what I just found back there. You didn't see it on camera? You will now. Look at this artifact. You talk about human inhabitation. All it is just a sign. That's it, in my left hand. If I can get to a point, I'm so excited. Oops, there they go, speaking through me. That game of interruptions that they taught good old Da Vinci. The game of spiritual interruption. You notice how I just said if I can get to that point, and then I just switch to something else. Soul's a very powerful thing. The only thing on my mind right now is getting to that point. But what point is that? Let's pray it's a few points that I prayed for earlier. Yeah. Man. Different route this time. I've never been on this side. I haven't. What the heck did I just get myself into in here? Am I going to have to jump down like Spider-Man or something? Well, I just want to see how high the water's got out here since the last time I came out here. But look at this. Should I keep this little baby toy from the crib? Or should I go ahead and just hide it someplace later? I don't know. Look at that. You got Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. The Mystery Machine. Reference picture. Brings back memories of a different kind. Mystery Machine. Let me hide it someplace. I'll get back to you if I find anything more historic than what's in my left hand. Because it's not about to end up in my pants. No pun intended. Well, I'm hoping it rained hardcore out here. It's been raining real hard all week. It has. You talk about long rainstorms, thunderstorms. And just the other night, it rained. I tell you what, it rained for at least 6 hours nonstop. But I don't know about this. It seems like it hasn't gotten high. I don't see any change from what I was used to last time I came out here. I don't know yet though. I don't. Maybe I'll figure out something. But they said there was 4 significant pieces of history out here for us. Who knows what it might be. Oh dang, it's a fake. It's a fake. Not even real. But I see something else also. I see an edge. Quite large. Man, come on, fellas. Come on. You said 4 significant pieces out here. If I came out to grab them, the things you left out here for us since the last flood event. I know it flooded out here. It had to have. You gonna pull me up here to find nothing? But I shouldn't say that. It's part of the game. It is. Man, because I just got out here, guys. I did. I shouldn't be talking that crazy right now about not finding anything. I just got out here looking. But I see a bunch of game pieces around that are going to play with our minds to help us realize how how good our vision is, how good we can see and spot things, the geometries that match up with our knowledge. Oh boy, man, I just don't know, and you just don't know. See anything white with an edge on it, let me know. Ain't that something? If the waters didn't get sky high out here, I don't see any flow marks. The waves and the sands, the mirror images of the waters of eternity, created and held deep inside of the sands of time, yin and yang, waves and waves, just like the deserts out in Africa. It's a wild one, a wild game competition. I see some white, probably nothing. It's too thick. Yeah. But there's something in the air for real. There is. What'd you say? You said something. Who is that? You're on my right, now you're on my left in a flash of light. That's how your voice travels. All those things wiggling. You said something. It's always two syllables for some reason. You didn't just say Satan, did you? You said you did? I did? Satan's not exactly the one who hates life. It's a different kind of love for life, desires for life, all that good stuff in a different way. Can get you in trouble also, if you know what I mean. It's meant for good and whatever. It's up to your judgment, own judgment, and try to figure out what to do about it. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the African dust in the sky. Changing a lot of things out here. It is. You said you guys couldn't see it. Meteorologists out there, weather experts, said you will not be able to see it. It's going to be too high up in the atmosphere. Well, I'll tell you what. The entire time driving down here, all you can see in the horizon was a cloud of dust above the trees. Kind of looked brown, a little bit orange, and the sun's not even out. It looked like a thick layer of pollen or something floating in the air. It's exactly what it looked like. Yeah, but I thank the Lord for that one. I do. Bringing African sand to my own experiences out here in Georgia. That's a wild one for real. Kind of my fault a little bit. Most of the time it's not my fault, but you know, I pray in a different way. Things happen. They do. Yeah. A while back, about a week and a half, 2-3 weeks ago, I said to myself, when I was out in heaven, out here, not in this exact location, but somewhere else, and I was like, you know, I gotta move on to some other place. I can't just be sitting around in Georgia all my life. I can't. There's no way. I gotta get out and about and do the same thing all over the world. Africa, all these other regions, all these other places. Yeah, it's kind of my fault that it came this way. It is. But it's such a beautiful sight. It reminded me of early spring. When you see the horizons covered in the dust, a pollen, a mist, a fog, covering the valleys. Not knowing exactly what it is. But I know exactly what it is. That sand, that dust from the Sahara Desert out in Africa. Wild. Yeah, but I kind of begged for it. I did. I said, why don't you help me travel to Africa? All that kind of stuff. I need to get out, go different places, look for diamonds, look for whatever it may be, look for everything around the world, and not just in the state of Georgia. in the state of my mind. And some of the time, they tell me it doesn't matter where I am. Like Vitruvian Man. It doesn't matter where I am. Where I am is where I am. What the heck is that thing? Some amateur granite scraper? I think I'll just leave that. Yeah. But you know, I know the truth about where you are is where you are. Vitruvian Man. In a different way. Where you are is where you are. Maybe let them do all the legwork. Yeah. In a different fashion. They turn around and bring Africa to me. It's all of us out here. I'm happy to breathe in that dust in a different light. As long as I can still breathe. I'm happy for it to land on my skin. As if I was walking through the sands of time out in that part of the heaven, the world. Let me know if you see any color, especially the white glistening out here. I can't afford to be out here after dark. I can't. I'm not talking about financially. I mean, well, there's something. I don't see any edges. They always have some out here for me. They do. Not just for me, for us to recover. This is not all my stuff, it's all of ours. Uh-oh. Warm waters. Man, it's not cleaned off. It means it didn't go full force out here. That's a shame. Which means we're not going to, well, I'm not going to say we're not, we're just going to have a hard time seeing anything at all out here. Man, it's covered in that fine hair. Dang. Let me get back to you if I find anything at all. Well, here's the impossible challenge right here. I'm just going to go ahead and suck it up. I am. I'm not going to move Speedy Gonzalez. I'm going to spend the rest of the night out here. Or, not the rest of the night. Until about 8 o'clock, 8:30. In this one little spot. And go through every single rock that I can. And see if I can locate the 4 artifacts in here. Whatever they might be. But artifacts to them is everything. And they know that about us. They know that about me especially. When I say just help me find the all in everything. And that's exactly what this is. So sometimes I screw myself on this one also. When it comes to looking for the artifacts. But this right here is the beginning. But there's another beginning. A beginning of hope on the other side. At the tip end of it right there. Yeah. To keep those elevations within my soul. Elevate the soul itself. The emotions. They know how this works. I know how this works. Man. But I got to show you something later if I can. If I make it out in time. There's something that I noticed. A ways back behind us. That almost had me crapping in my drawers. You'll see later what it is. It's a different kind of artifact. It is. Man, I'm going to have to look in every single perspective, direction, just to see if I can spot anything out here. Challenge of, let's hope it's not going to be the weekend. Just a challenge for today. Hopefully I can find some kind of history in this massive gravel bar. Which, by the way, 3 years ago, was only about 2 feet wide and about 7 feet long. And the creek flowed abundantly on both sides. And that was so different out here. It is. But let me go ahead and get on with their wishes. What they want me to do out here. I cannot believe I'm going to spend 2.5 hours in this gravel bar and not just keep on moving. I guess it's part of my training. That's exactly what that is. Part of my training to find many things again. Let me go on with it. You better believe they're making me stay out here hardcore. They are. In this one little, well, large gravel bar, that is. They are. Making me look at every single geometry. But I already know the truth why they got me here. I passed it about a mile back. I did. I don't even know why I'm still looking. But you'll find out later. You will. I'm going to keep on playing their little game right here. I am. Hopefully I'll run out of here with some artifacts or something. I don't know yet. I'm not going to say if I found anything or not. Not now anyway. Let me keep on going with it. Looks like we're out at the beginning of the evening. For real. I can't believe I just spent 2.5 hours. Dang. It's like 8 o'clock. 2.5 hours looking at this entire gigantic gravel bar up through here. Man, no time to be mad. At least the African dust is giving us a little bit more daylight out here with that refraction in the sky. Man, dang. I don't know, should I keep going? They might have something around that bend for us. Another monumental gravel bar. I don't know if I should take the time. Maybe I should risk it. Who knows what they have over there? Let me go ahead and go with this. Well, it's about 8:15, 8:20, I think. Nearly nothing at all. You guys are crazy with this. Talking about moving slow. I'm moving slower than that cloud of dust from Africa to the United States. But I think I see something. I don't know if that's going to be anything at all. I can't tell until I change perspective. But I see an edge on it. I do. It's probably broken. They're usually broken out here. Oh, oh. Would you look at that piece of history? On a Friday night, let's go drinking out with the ladies. Let's take this in the club with us. Just show them what we got. Just show them a piece of history. But you know, there's also a piece of history attached to my buddy. But we're not going to get into that. We're not. You guys are nuts. Like I always say, if I don't come out now or today, it wouldn't have been recovered. But still, let me keep on moving. I got a little bit of ways to go. Dang, look at that thing. Still intact. About 5 feet and 4 inches later, I see another piece of white. For some reason, they're on the edge right here. I don't know if that's going to be one or not. Probably broken. Oops, let me zoom out. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Oh yeah, that's the bottom of something right there. That is. Look how the black and white is combined with one another. You already know, Da Vinci style. Yeah, that's the bottom one. Yes, it is. Look at that. The top is broken though. It's black on one side and white on another. Yin and yang. Look at that. 2 points in less than 5 feet. In less than 3 minutes. Ancient times. Let me keep on going with this little hobby at 8:30. At the beginning of the evening. For real. I'm going back to the beginning, where they wanted me to start off tonight. When I first got here. When they turned me around like the exorcist. Made me look at something that I'll never forget. Ever. Always have to stop for these fellas. Yeah. But there's one spot I gotta get back to before it gets dark. I only have about 10 minutes. Am I crazy? Out here hanging out with the coyotes. Other things out here, the beavers. Yeah. What the heck am I doing? Still looking. They gave us enough as it is. They gave us all those historical items. But still, I don't know how that happened though. I covered that entire zone for 2 hours, just walking as slow as I could. Looked at every single rock and found nothing. And then they guided us to another spot. And we ended up finding the world the second we set foot on the land. That's crazy right there though. Let me go ahead and try to get up here before it gets pitch dark out here. One last look before I get up there. We're practically right next to it. We are. The sign of what they want me to come back and take a look at. This is a wild one for real though. It is. You've got to be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. It's been an extra long time since I've been out in this part right here. What the heck did you guys do out here? Did you uncover any more history out here? Did you? Dang. Talk about another massive flood event. Knocking stuff loose. Exposing stuff. I'm looking. They might have... No, it's not a piece of quartz rock, that's glass. Dang. Nice game though, guys. You know how to lure us around, don't you? But there's something right in front of me. Right here. Man. You have completely wiped out the entire right side right here. You talk about blown away. I can't believe what you just did. But you made me rubberneck like crazy. Coming through here. As I started off down there. And you made me turn around and see something. But you made me come out and collect the history first. That's exactly what you wanted. You talk about crazy. This used to be a gigantic gravel bar right here. Right here. They washed it all out. They did. And deposited all of it right here in the center. But this poor tree of life, at least 100 years old. I thought it was a signal tree when it used to stand, when it was standing, like a year and a half ago. Got pulled down. I better hurry my butt up. It's getting dark out here. But they made me come all the way over here to show you guys this. You gotta be kidding me, cherubs. Come on now. The snaky poos are out here about to chase us down. But check this out. The water's deep. But you don't understand what I'm talking about. You don't. All the times that I would have to hunker down. Not hunker down, but hunch down. Crawl under this tree that was pulled down. Because of this gigantic gravel bar that used to be here. And I know they're always asking for our help. My help. In a different way. And I prayed in a different light to try to, tell them I wish I had the strength to lift this thing up and set it back up but they're so rational. The laws of nature are. I know this, how they answer your discussions, the way you talk. If you choose to talk to these cherubs out here, angels, whatever they are, whoever they are, God. But you have got to be kidding me. I'm up past the knees. But you're making me realize something else. How low am I? 6.5 feet? 7 feet? Almost as if I'm lifting the tree up above my head. You have got to be kidding. I'm not leaned down anymore. I'm not hunched over. I'm not crawling. It's as if I'm lifting the tree up. Man, you cherubs are wild with this. Talk about trying to build faith. Look at that. Optical illusion. Universe. Everything combined. Almost as if you saw me doing this. You would probably think I was lifting the tree up. And so would I. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Let me go ahead and get on out of here before the coyotes chase me down. See you guys back at the Vinci studio. See what we found today. What we've recovered after work. Heck yeah. Another into a long week at work. Da Vinci style. Let's see what we collect in this bag today. After work adventure. First one in a long time. Can't see. Another beginning to a long weekend coming up, starting now, on this Friday night. Yeah, it's a shame I'm not hanging out with the ladies. But still, we had a monumental day after work, didn't we, fellas, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look at what we found in this bag that's collected all in here. Let's be careful not to break anything. Well, check it out. Another Friday night of exploring. What is this, mid-June? It's not mid-June, it's almost July. Summer just began. It did. I've been working hardcore. This is like my first time out in about 3.5 weeks. After work, of course. I've been lucky enough to go out maybe one day out of the weekend or something. 1 day a week. Yeah, but it's so nice to get out there again. In a place I haven't been in so long. At least 3 weeks. But this is one monumental Friday night. For real. Better than hooking up with the ladies. In a different way. In a different way. Where do you want to start, everybody? The big ball on the left? Yeah, found that. Look at that. The Yankees. Add it to the ball collection.
bury it one day later, maybe clean it up and donate it to Goodwill. If you don't like the Yankees, I don't know what to say about that. I'm a baseball fan regardless. Go A-Rod. Heck yeah. Scott Brosius, I'm going to have a word with, Jim Leyritz after watching his videos. Yeah. I'm not going to say evil, but a different kind of soul within him. But still, yeah, we got some typical modern garbage here. I try to pick up everything. These are almost the signs that they gave us in the very beginning, making me stand in that large gravel bar for at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours, looking for artifacts. And I told you, I said, I'm not going to show you what I found, but I'm not going to tell you if we found any artifacts yet. But you're looking at them. This is exactly what we found in this large gravel bar. Yeah, the largest one we spent so much time in, walking around looking at every single geometry. And you're looking at everything we found right here. All modern stuff, which is the strangest thing. Yeah, I'm going to add this to the stash of art. I am. That garbage right here, though, is going straight into the garbage can. Some kind of roofing nail, or I don't know what that thing is. Looks like the top of one of those tack nails you put for the shingles and all on top of the roof. But that's garbage. Nothing big. Same thing here, just a piece of plastic. Don't ask me how I can see something like this within a bunch of mud and rocks. And then here are other objects that we found. Yeah. Perfect geometries. Large gravel bar has handed us a few perfect items here. Going straight into the stash. Yeah, the Megatron stash. Exactly. Cool items right there. Let's move along to the heap right here. Things that were not in the first gravel bar. The big one. The one we spent so much time in. What you're looking at here was recovered probably in the last 20 minutes of the evening. The beginning of the evening, actually. I don't quite understand why they did that, though. Why do they always do that to us? Do they test our faith? I'm giving them a chance to explain themselves. Yeah, I always try to get them on audio if I can't hear them all the time. Because I know they're always answering us. They always are. They're always around. But still, I don't quite understand. After 2 hours, at least 2 hours of looking around, you give us one triangle on our way out of that one gravel bar, and then lead us to something more monumental. The real deal Holyfield right here. Yeah, where do you guys want to start? With the preforms, how it all began? There's one right there. They whacked off a few pieces, got into that form. I guess that's why you call it preform. But never made it into anything else. It would have been a nice looking piece. It would have. Strange thing is, it looks like they destroyed a terminated crystal. I see some terminations on it, on the side here. I don't see a face yet, but still, you can see where they started forming this into something else. But they just gave up. They quit. We don't like quitters, do we? Yeah. But they finished something else off. They did. They made something else. We'll get to that in a minute. And then you have another preform. I guess this one broke for real. The top is broken off. That's the bottom right there. They had that thing going. Like a gallon of gas in a riding lawnmower. It was going for real. Look at that. Man, that was a fat joker. They still had a long way to go with this one until they broke off the top. By accident, I'm sure. Maybe they were looking at the hot lady who passed by. Lost concentration. And the napping stone slipped. If you know what I mean. Dang. What about this one? Yeah. I don't know if this is some kind of cutting tool or not. I did a strength test on it. I did. With my strong hand. And it didn't break. I thought this was one of those cheap slate slash mica pieces that crumbles with every given moment of stress. But look how sharp that thing is. I'm keeping this a study for a little bit. And I also thought this was the bottom of a point. I did. But that's the sharpest side right there. But it could be just a chip off the old block, just a shattered piece of quartz. That's it, with some mica inclusions on it. That's all. Add it to the study pile. That's it. But that's got to be something. Fellas, ladies, it's got to be something. But then moving along to the other questionables right here. This one's probably a bottom of a point right here. Look at that thing. Bubble wrap quartz. They probably chiseled that away. It's been halved. If I can say that with my sinuses. Without stuff flying out of my nose. Yeah, look at that. Too good to be true almost. That's why I got it. That's why I picked this thing up. Probably at least 2,000 years old. But the rock it was made from is at least 7,000 to 10,000 years old. At least 1,000,000 years old, if you ask me. But look at that. Maybe the top is missing completely. You can see some serration. Yeah, scallop portion right here. Man, it took them forever to make anything back then. But that's the way it should be. Yeah. But still, look at that thing. That is definitely a bottom of a point right there. Look at how round the bottom is. Cool. I'm still going to add it to the amateur study style. Study pile. Excuse me. Study style. What the? Study that style. Yeah. Okay. Now on to the close to authentic on the left. Baby one here. That looks like a little bird point. But it's not sharp anymore. It's been napped like crazy. I guess the youngins try to have a hand at it. And they just gave up after it got too small or something. Yeah, one side is sharp, the other is not. Maybe it was a lot bigger, I don't know. Add it to the study pile, like always, before I, donate it back to the world of nature out there. But then, you know what? Yeah, on to the authentics right here. Look at these things right here. We didn't quite find 4 of them, did we? I thought they said they were going to help me find 4. Yeah, they said 4. A day before I even got there. But who knows? This might be counted as 1. Could be. Let's see if it stands at that 90 degrees. Yeah, possibly. But one of these might be the 4. I don't know yet. Got to study that a little more. But at least we have 3 of them, right? Exactly. Especially this one. How old is this one, ladies and gentlemen? About 3,000? 4,000? Looks like it needs a little bit of cleaning with a toothbrush, don't you think? It's got solidified crust on it, pollen, whatever that is. It's still green. Man, what a perfect find, and it is intact. Almost crystal clear. We don't know yet. It needs to be cleaned off. But look at that side. That's the better side right there. Kind of small. Yeah. But still perfect to last as long as it has. Yeah. Add it to the historic pile just like these other 2. These other ones that are left. Look at this one. Another wild one here. Kind of amateur. Almost looks like everything over here, but even smaller. This is what they were supposed to look like, if you ask me. Yeah, look at that one. The top is broken. It's kind of fat. It is. It's skinny and fat at the same time. Kind of sharp. Yeah. How did it stab an animal? I don't know. Maybe we go back 7,000 years ago and find out. Maybe we already have. Interesting. And then we have this one here, another ancient point. The very tip top is broken. What a shame on this one. Yeah, no big deal. It's still very historic. Look at the mapping on that thing. You can barely see it. But the black seems to have turned green. Money, money, money. Yeah, look at that side. Completely covered. I don't know how I even saw this. Don't even ask me how I noticed this in the dark just about. Wild. Interesting. But imagine what kind of day we're going to have tomorrow. A full Saturday and a full Sunday. I'm just going to go out, stroll around, doing my little free hobby. My freedom hobby is what I call it. Being free. Just walk around. That's it. Who knows what we're going to find. But what a great time out there on this Friday night after work. Never expected to find this. Never did. But I knew they said something about 4. Huh. Oh well. I bet the 4th part of the evidence of the night was what we found in the beginning of the evening. That gigantic tree I taught you about. The one that made it seem like we were lifting it up. Yeah. Let me go ahead and practice my curveball grip right quick. Yeah. And then go to bed. I'll see you guys later in the next one. Let's see if we can find some great things this weekend.